Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry. As we get into tonight's video review, I want to start off with SPX. So there's going to be a few things to consider for this week, but as we get into Tuesday, I think the immediate decisions should be pretty cut and dry, which is to say that 5,600 and maybe about a 10-point window, down into 5,590 is going to be the zone that has to hold. So provided that remains intact, for Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm looking to see if we can march our way up into about 5,650. So again, these are my targets. I'll consider myself wrong, or at least early, down below this area, and that'll be what I take into Tuesday. Now from there, we've got the big earnings that are sitting out there on the horizon, and everybody's going to be watching Wednesday afternoon to see what kind of results you get from NVDA. Now, I think this is a tricky spot, because if we come back and we look at the 3-day squeeze, look at this signal around the previous earnings and the move that it drove. Now, of course, we're evaluating this fresh 3-day signal with a very different stock value, right? It's been marked up a good deal from where we saw it back in here. So these valuations are a little different. All the same, as a squeeze and trend follower, that looks to me like a symbol that could get it done. The important resistance right here is going to be your fire line of 131.51. And at least what I'm working on right now is looking for bullish plays in NVIDIA, and then possibly a sympathy play, or maybe a little bit of a protection idea in AMD to the downside. Any Fibonacci analysts will be looking at this and showing you from this move from swing high to swing low. Your 618 retracement is exactly where the stock was sold off from. So failure at that about 162 area, back below the fire line, I think makes this a little bit more of a susceptible pattern and might be a spot again for some type of a butterfly into lower prices. But those will be important names as we get into the middle of the week. Now, two others that I at least want to share my thought process on with you. Again, maybe waiting for Wednesday's reports, but Apple remains constructive. So whether you look at it from back here, where you got into the gap fill and you only had 1 day of backing off, right? So there's your big gap. This is the spot where you did fail from it there for just one session, and then you consolidate up above the gap. Then you get the move above the tree line, and for the most part, I feel a constructive pattern that when this squeeze does finally resolve, Apple should be looking for 230 and then 232 overhead. I am wrong, below 222.5. So that is a spot where I'm looking for additional trade opportunities. And then in Tesla. So Tesla is not as clean. I think this is very much a spot where if it's going to work, it has to be inside a bullish SPX. But if SPX is working its way into 5,650 and Tesla can stay above this 213 mark, I think that takes us to 218, and then 226 will be my next overhead target. So those are the names that I'm most directly involved with as we head into Tuesday. I hope you find the levels and review helpful. We'll be updating all of that again first thing tomorrow in the Mastery. Y'all have a great night, and I hope to see you then. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.